Katrina right here. It is day 95 of 365 days of realizations, and I am out walking in the forest. I think you can see that in the rain. And I wasn't going to do a video, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a video. Because given the state of the world, I know there's some people that maybe can't get out of their house or doesn't or feels, you know, in a space where they don't feel like they can get out of their house. So I wanted to share the outside world with you through me. I know what that's like. I had a little feeling today. We don't get a lot of rain here in Northern California, and it's raining and it's going to rain tomorrow. And I was like, good, my excuse not to go out and walk. And yet I've been noticing that with the events in the world, that sometimes I want to use it as my excuse to do less, to be less, to hold myself to less, so to speak, which, just to be in all fairness, I agree with self-compassion and being gentle with ourselves in these times. But I also think, let's look at it like yoga. This is like yoga for the soul. And if you know anything about yoga, then you know that the true yoga that comes from the Eastern philosophies from India is really about something so much more than just doing stretches and postures. It's about union with your soul. And so let's use the same idea, though, that we use with hatha yoga, which is stretching to the point of feeling it, but not to the point of pain. So how do we do that? When you feel like a little off, a little down, you feel like the outside world is kind of folding in on you, and you just don't feel like doing anything. It's like easy in this time period of being home to just kind of be like, yeah, I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to take it easy, kick my feet up, maybe watch some Netflix. And I get that, and it's cool, but how can we treat this whole experience like it's yoga for the soul? And in doing that, simply say to ourselves, you know what, I get it. I see the feelings that I have arising, and yet how can I stretch a tiny bit outside of my comfort zone so that I can keep myself in a space where I have access to the best feeling thoughts, to the best feeling stories, to the best feeling just in and of itself. I think my hat's funny, in the moment. And that was what was going on for me. So the stretch of my soul that I was looking for was coming out here and walking in the rain, not using the cold, wet rain to be my excuse to just stay inside. It's funny, when I'm inside for a long time now, I have found that our thoughts get the better of us quicker. It's so strange because, I don't know, thoughts to me, I've come to the realization that they are just there. They float around the field and we attract them to us. They're not of us. We always have this perception that thoughts are kind of in our head floating around, but I think they're in the air sort of floating around. And just because a thought shows up doesn't mean you have to take it. And for some reason, when we're outside, I think there's just way, way, way more space, and it's way easier to sort of find things to focus on and to move out of that headspace if you're feeling like you're stuck in that headspace. And it could be as simple as standing on your balcony, standing on your backyard, going for a little walk like this, watching one of my videos where I'm in nature, watching a nature video. That would also be soothing and helpful. And, you know, feeling the sensation of the rain on my head, watching my phone get wetter and wetter. But really, that just calls me back to myself and gives me the opportunity to look at something else. Look at those cool trees up there. Look at the sky up there. It sort of just normalizes it. You know, so many things seem so different, and yet so many things are still the same. The birds are still chirping. The rain is still raining. The mud still shows up under my feet. The creek is still flowing. The trees are still growing. In fact, lots of trees have blossoms. I don't see any here that I can show you, but so true. So I hope this video finds you in a space where you can do that soul stretching in whatever way you feel is right for you, best for you. But keep it in mind, as spiritually conscious beings, we want to continue soul stretching. We want to continue calling ourselves to the more expanded us, to the more expanded views of things, to the more expanded presence, not to get sucked back in to delusion and worry and fear. Acknowledge it, but then make a different conscious choice. So I kept it under 5 minutes, and I will see you later.